then we can maybe go on. The first thing is that they had this open call like 2 years ago, also 2 or 3 years ago, and they selected a group which is not that well known. So that means that they are not looking for the big names, but they are looking for the ideas. That was my my first thought, that then we can have it, because you know some of the organizations, they are in organizations just for big names. So some Spanish guys who are mostly in US, in Harvard, unfortunately, but still it was not a and it was here that they had all these apart from the exhibition, they also had all these events and so on in many places. So they might be something that they liked and they can continue doing it. And I think Civicwise is a very nice way to kind of do all these distributed events around. And I also find the topics very relevant.
Okay.
So I just took some notes because I just couldn't stop myself. I mean, do you think that we need to discuss whether we should submit something or not? Or should we just accept that we want to submit some proposal and then we go discussing? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think that for me, I think that we need to understand better what is need to be submitted. I mean, when, how much people do we need, how much resources do we need, and then to see if we have the resources.
The thing we need to submit is kind of a Word document with our curatorial statement, which is the main part. Apart from it, we need to get to letters, recommendation letters, which are the easy things. And apart from that, our CVs and stuff, not much as far as I remember. Maya, am I right? It's just like, that was it?
Yeah.
We don't have to pay any fees to submit it, or we just don't need so much stuff. Do it 18th of October. So we have less than a month. But they just announced it. So everyone has the same time as we have. I mean, we just didn't learn it at the last minute. Everyone has this 1 month to prepare.
Okay. Do we have some link or something? Well,
we have everything on Drive. I'm putting it on here.
I send you the link of this call for curator. So this application form is we have to do it until 2nd October. And then the application until 18th October.
Okay. I'm seeing right now.
You see the links, Pascual and Luis?
Yeah, I'm watching.
We are here in this conversation.
And the topic for this call is?
What?
Topic is we just decide.
Well,
I mean,
they said they wrote architecture as physical manifestation of political systems. How we understand and shape our societies with architecture.
Okay.
I think it's quite open. They say also in a time where democracy and current systems of power are being challenged. So I think it's, yeah. I think we as civic wise can do something interesting. One moment.
And do we know how many financial resources?
Yeah, 100,000.
How many euros?
100,000.
It was funny the way of Pascual. You know how many euros?
La panojita.
How many?
Pascual, 100,000, 100,000.
Okay.
Euros.
I think for the production also they will have another budget. This 100,000 is just for the curatorial team.
Okay. Okay.
So we
well, I don't know. For me, the first step is to build a team. I mean, to know if we have a team, and then to build a team.
I think.
I mean, I don't know. For example, Maje and Julia was the you two were the people who promote this project. So I guess that you.
Oh, really, Julia, not me. I was the second one.
Come on, Maya. If you weren't there, I would be just on my.
Yeah.
I was telling she's the leader, but you were not listening to me. She's the leader.
I think 4 or 5 people is enough to write this
We didn't hear you very well right now, Julia.
Statement, but for the programmation, we need to. Can I say it again?
Yes, please.
I can't hear you very well.
Now, do you hear it better?
Right now, yes.
Okay. I think 4 or 5 people is enough to write the curatorial statement.
Okay.
And we can also ask someone who are not joining the Hangouts to just proofread what we are writing. I mean, like Dome or I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then while writing the application, we might already just say that we will be activating our local circles already without asking them if they will be in or not. Because I think they would be in anyhow if we just go for the values of CivicWise while doing the application.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think, Luis, Maje?
Huge team.
No, as I said at the very first moment, I'm a bit scared. No, it's like, but probably because I don't know. I am feeling small myself. I don't know. But it was like, wow, these girls are proposing really this. But then I'm very, very interested on it. No, really, and insisted a bit. Julia, your name, sorry, is pronounced Julia?
Yeah, just like that, Julia, yes.
Julia. Couldn't control herself writing, and me neither, so I wrote a bit because that point of the role and relevance of architecture in the future is my obsession nowadays. No, it's exactly what obsession to define something. I want to say something about that. No, it's the utility. So I'm very interested in it, and I was thinking that even that job to build something, no, to spend 1 month building something around it is very useful for me, at least for me, my brain burning with those ideas. So in any case, for me, it's very interesting, and I'm willing to participate. Not only participate to work on it, but I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit lost. I'm not sure what, but it's logical. Also, no, that in any case we need to start to work to understand better what's our proposal and our strengths. You know, what's the logical way for us to focus the work. And well, for now it's too early to see it. No, but if we really feel the strength, the ability to do it, I mean, for me it's very interesting. This topic, it's a challenge, and I'm thinking that building on it, working on it is interesting and useful for me.
Also, in my opinion, I think we can do it. And maybe we have already a team, I don't know. And I think it could be really interesting if we do this core as we do everything in CivicWise. I mean, like this project, Lost in Translation. I think it could be really interesting, and at the end, if we have to do it, I mean, if we win, we will see. I don't know. I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'm really excited. I want to try it.
And I think even if we don't win this thing, of an action properties, some other places and some other institutions. If you start like structuring an idea of an exhibition, then you can just transform it into something else. It's just, I don't think it will be a waste of energy even if we lose it, actually.
No, I agree. We are able to define the, I don't know how the format or the no, the structure in a way that's useful for us, as you are saying, Julia. I absolutely agree. It's an investment. No, it's to go forward. No, with something that must be useful in future. No, another step. So I see it in that way. But we need to define that that field, no, that how can be useful for everybody, no? For us, we need to, well, first of all, decide if we start to work, you know, and then discuss our different points of view and how is the approach good for everybody. Pascual is thinking a lot, and oof, I don't like it. Pascual,
No, I
I'm
like
scary.
it. That should be a devil.
do you like Pascual when he's thinking?
Yeah, because there should be a kind of someone being
Something
more
big
concerned.
coming. Something big coming.
No.
Come.
There's nothing here right now, so don't wait for anything. No, I mean, I think that we need to. I mean, I'm talking about myself. The only doubt. I mean, I think it's very interesting, and I mean, either way, if we win or we don't, I think it's interesting to try to discuss.
The goal is to participate.
What?
No.
No.
The goal.
Not for that, because I mean, I think for the topic, I think it's very interesting for CivicWise and for the people who want to discuss this. It's very interesting to discuss about this topic and to try to fix this topic and this discussion in words, in a document, in a submission. So either way we win or we don't, I think that it's interesting. About myself, the only doubt is that I don't know how much time I have to invest from here to 18th of October. But that's the thing. For that, I think that the important thing here is to build a clear work group, and I mean to have the clear coordinators who know that are able to develop or to lead the project from now to that, and then for the other people to try to find the way and try to find the moment to contribute. So for me, I think that I can and I want to contribute to this project, but I'm not sure how much more. But
So what's the protocol for CivicWise in these cases?
we don't have protocols.
No, we don't have a protocol for this situation. When we don't know, when we are scared.
The natural way to do is that the one who promotes is the one who coordinates the project. So
Julia.
For me, it's Julia.
Okay for me. I can do the coordination. It's totally okay for me. I mean, I can also work more on the text and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I wanted to apply for this like 3 years ago, but I didn't have a team. But I think we have a huge team, and I think we can do it. Actually, and I will do this anyhow. So I text, and then we discuss it, and then we go and on. It's just like, yeah, I'm totally ready to work on this. I'm highly motivated.
No, but this is great. Really, it's great, no? And I'm feeling a bit embarrassed with our attitude. It's like we are not sure, no. But I think it's a matter of that time, confidence, but I think that you have a team. I understood, no, guys, that Julia has a team.
No, you are my team.
Exactly. I was saying that we are your team.
I'm I'm writing this on the meeting minutes document, so there's no way around.
So we can start if you want. No, the first questions. For instance, I was thinking about those letters, and I was thinking that it wasn't so easy, but Julia is plenty of confidence, and she says that that's nothing. You are thinking about which institutions, for instance, for those letters?
I don't know. I can ask. For example, I don't know. I just recently thought I can ask Joachim de Klerk. He's doing the Rotterdam Architecture Biennale in 2018 and 2020, and he has been doing a lot of exhibitions and so on. I know him. I can ask for a letter from him.
Yes, but for instance, good question. No, we are right to somewhere now already. It's a letter, recommendation letter for yourself, not for city-wise, no?
It is for the team. I can just explain him that we are this group and doing this, and it's just no. It's not just for me. It's for the curatorial team.
But he doesn't know city-wise, no?
Yeah, but I can tell him what city-wise is.
Okay. No, I was thinking about Media Lab Prado. I don't know. It's our.
Yeah, we can also ask them, of course.
What? Sorry.
We can also ask them, of course.
Okay. Thinking about, and I don't know if we can ask something in Valencia. Maje, what do you think?
Maybe, but whoa, complicated.
Okay.
I will think about it. That I don't know.
I think that we.
No, I don't know. But do we need these institutions, or can we do?
Just people
no institutions. It's a letter. I don't know. No, I said institutions, but no. If somebody.
It's not coming from an institution. It comes from a person. Someone says that I trust in this person that they can do the exhibition.
I think that we can get something from Paris.
Well, we need only
we can open the discussion of the recommendation letter on the general Slack.
And also, I think that for sure we can get something from Distrito Cultural, from L'Hospitalet.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
only a question because I am scared with everything. I am seeing it clearly that I am the only one in this team with fears. No, but I see you, all of you, really confident. So that, as Julia is saying, it's not a problem. We'll open that topic in the document or that, and we can propose. And well, and we don't have a lot of time, so we must decide among those proposals which one is more interesting. We think we choose. We can make a list of priorities. Of that list of people or institutions for the letters, and then we start to try. We ask them. No.
I don't know if you're. I'm writing down things here in the meeting minutes better.
Okay, but sorry.
No. I think that for today's session, the thing is for me, I think that the goal is to build the team and check, to be more or less clear about what we need to do and how we are going to what is going to be the approach, and to know how are we going to work. I think that we have little time. I mean, we have 4 weeks. I think it would be nice to have like a schedule of the sessions, and I mean, on the schedule in general, for a programmation of these 4 weeks. I mean, how is going to be the project developed along these 4 weeks? So we know more or less in any time in which point we are of the project, and just that. I mean, to make an open call here. I mean, a general channel, communicating that. I mean, this is the team. We are going to do this and blah blah blah. This is the document where you can find everything. And
can we decide on at least the topic that we want to address now? Already made the calls and so on. Seem no one is interested. If we decide on one topic, at least now, it might be easy for people to feel connected. They might say that, this is my thing and I can be in, and so on.
Yeah. About that, I don't know. You, Luis and Julia, I don't know if Maje also start to work in a document, right?
I don't have how can I say it? Issue. I don't know yet.
Yeah, but do you? I mean, we have like, if we are going to end this in like 30 minutes now, we have this 30 minutes to discuss what we would like to more focus. I mean, it's also about, yeah. The problem is, because it is CivicWise, does it have to be totally things that CivicWise is covering, or can we just choose one of the main topics that CivicWise is interested in?
Well, I was insisting, no, as I was saying, in this point of to put the profession of architect in the core of the proposal, no. So, for instance, if we want to talk about citizen participation, to put it inside a general vision for architecture, no, and probably from the profession role in society, no. I'm very interested on it now. So I was proposing as an issue, no, to discuss, no, and then I was thinking that well, to try to find our strengths as a community and use them, no. So I'm talking about 2 different areas, no, of the work, no. I was first of all talking about my main interest, no. Don't lose the, and for that it was more and more interesting the proposal, reading the text and the call, no, because it's from an architectural triennial, no. It's architecture is in the, because CivicWise is not an architectural community, no. And so it was appealing to me, no, that architecture was in the center. So this is one thing, and then thinking about what CivicWise can offer. Well, we must reflect about it, on it, and how we are different, and then with which I don't know, things we can impress or no, to get the difference, no? If we must use our net and propose digital connections, or a lot of people coming to the event, or I don't know, or what, no? Or if finally it's not so, no, I mean, it's more about the topics, the themes. No, but I think that we can't compete on that field of exhibition experience, no, because we are not an office or a community with that experience. We must bet with another.
If Pascual, because we discussed what would be the slogan of CivicWise would be,
Mm-hmm.
and what if we go for that, like the civic innovation for territory making or for making territories? We can articulate on that. So there would be some fairs, like technology, engagement, inclusion, maybe inclusion and engagement is the same. Technology, inclusion, and alternative generating. We can, I mean, in my mind, everything just comes connected, and everything can also be separated, because we're talking about architecture. We only think it in a kind of a general way. If the main concern of the Triennale is to redefine the architect's position, then we can be bringing in the question of the technology. Where does it stand, and how does it work for the architects as well? It's not only to just like, I don't know, it's not only up to the municipalities to do these projects like Decide Madrid and so on. Also acknowledge that they can better people if they use the technology in the right way for the citizen participation. We can open the discussion more towards it. I don't know. I'm just thinking while talking, so don't take everything. Please.
I think that all the topics that we have right now, like civic innovation, commons, citizen engagement, or the architecture itself, are topics or points that we need to put on our storytelling, in our, I don't know, narrative. But I think that, yeah, that what we need is to decide what is the core of this narrative, and for that I like the idea of take the slogan, and maybe it's not. I mean, maybe it's not the slogan is not the core of this network of ideas that we need to develop, but I mean, the hardest part is to choose who is the core of this network for our point. I don't know if I'm making very clear myself, but I mean, for example, let's guess that we choose that civic innovation for territory making is our core. It's the core of our point, of our proposal. And from that slogan, we are like explaining everything. So this is real because it's the network, and the network is because of the architecture is changing, and this is linked with citizen engagement, which is changing because cities are changing because of commons in the cities because of. So it's like try to build this storytelling, but having very clear what is the core of that storytelling. And for that, I think that is very powerful to censor this in a slogan. And I don't know if it's the slogan that we choose for Civic Wise, but by now I think that that is powerful to choose our slogan. I mean, it's like we are Civic Wise, this is our slogan, and this is our story. This is what we want to tell.
But this is maybe a problem as well, because maybe they don't want that we as creators are the main, how can I say it, are the main people in this thing.
I don't understand.
I think.
Speaking Spanish.
I
Spanish. I also can.
Yeah. So I don't know what is the role. What do we have to do if we are the main people here, or we just have to facilitate the other people be the main? I don't know.
No, but I think that I understand you. That maybe we are confusing, or Pascual was confusing the terms. That we are not the guest of the triennial, no? That we are curating the event, no? So we can be in the center of the proposal.
Yeah, I think our
So it's a point of view.
Yeah.
It's an approach. But it's not about Civic Wise. No, it's not okay. The triennial of Oslo is about Civic Wise. No, it's not that idea. Well, I stayed proposing architecture for the common good. No, it's at least like an idea. No, I think that it's wider, and I think it's that I would like to see an exhibition taking, collecting different parts of the profession that are now like I'm feeling them like pieces, lost pieces, no, and not only. For instance, participation, or technology, or no, but I think that there are different topics.
In my mind, they are not that different. When you say architecture of common good, I understand the same thing with the civic innovation. Civic innovation is just like finding the better ways, or the previously not thought of ways, new ways of making all this architecture of common good. It's the same thing for me. It's not like black and white. It's just the same white.
Okay. What happens?
I think in general.
Who is writing this? My idea was the last changes in democracy. I think they came from the.
Maya.
Mathem.
Yeah, I'm writing.
Yes, I wrote about it also in the document. No, for instance, I was proposing lines. I was improvising, no, but proposing lines. And for instance, I'd love to see that timeline. I don't know, for instance, the timeline of the profession, no, of architect, no, from Egypt, old Egypt, to city squares revolutions, no? Puerta del
Yeah,
Sol,
I thought.
Gezi Park, and that question. After that, is it possible to feel the profession in the same way? We don't have anything to say about it. Nothing changed. I think it's very interesting, for instance, no?
Yeah, but not only for me, not only the profession, the task of an architect.
Of course, but then there is a discussion for me, no? Because I would like to focus on profession, no, on the role and relevance of architecture in the future, no. So, but that's an open discussion. Yes, it's for me. It's and this afternoon we were with Juan and Artemi. We had a discussion. I was insisting, no. For instance, next week in 2 weeks, no, we had the architecture week of Madrid, and a friend from the College of Architects of Madrid was telling me that they invited these offices working in this citizen participation urbanism, like Todo por la Praxis, the Paisaje Transversal, and she was surprised that the people doesn't want anything with the College of Architects. No, they are not feeling that they are part of the community of architects, and she was wondering, why? I can understand. We are architects. If they are proposing another approach to the profession, why they are not feeling that they are architects? No, and well, maybe because I am an aged architect, and I was architect for 20 years. I don't know. It's very interesting for me to see what's happening with the profession, no?
If we are going to challenge the profession, I think we need to start thinking about what the 21st century citizen is. Because the problem with the profession is that it doesn't consider what a citizen is. So, as a citizen, as a person, you have all the tools to participate in many things, but you don't use it environment.
I mean,
so if we are going to challenge the role of if we are talking about the engagement and so on, we need to take into consideration what is the citizen of today is also. Not only the profession itself, because the profession has been busy with itself for so long. That's why it doesn't go anywhere. So if we take what really a citizen is today, what are the capabilities of a citizen today? What does that citizen do with her cell phone? And how can she just contribute to her environment? Crucial than trying to define. I mean, yes, we can define, but we have to start defining the role of the architect. What the citizen means, the citizen that participate in a democracy through voting. They want more. So, I mean, and as an architect, you have to see it. if you think that that's it, that's your, I mean, these are the limits for you to, I mean, if you want to be in a democracy, your limits are to vote once in 4 years. I think we can go beyond that. And also, as Maya just wrote, we can also rethink what said democracy is. Is the participatory democracy working? I don't think so. If it was working, no one would have Trump or Brexit and so on.
I think that we all agree about what is the main idea, which is this change of the, not only of the profession of architecture, but about this change about how to, I mean, how to do this, to do things in cities and territories and everything, and how this change our profession, and how this change architecture, and so on. What I think is that I mean, how we develop this main idea, the speech that we develop. I'm closer of this speech of Julia, trying to explain this main idea from citizen and not from the profession, because I think that the context. I mean, we are in an architecture channel, so the profession is implied. I mean, we don't need to bring the profession to the framework because it's implied. So, I mean, for me, would be like contradictory to speak about how architecture should be changed and how the profession is changing and how the profession of architecture shouldn't be like was before. But to tell this, explain the history of architecture. It's like, again, explain this change from architecture, from ourselves. So for me, it would be more powerful to bring the speech on a triennial of architecture and not to speak about architecture, to explain this, speaking about citizens. Of course, bringing this and be very clear, linking this with things like directly linked with architecture, which is territory making and collaborative urbanism and architecture for the common good. But starting the speech not from architecture, but from citizens. Because we want to put the focus on that, not again on us. The thing would be different if we are trying to try this main idea and try to bring this speech in another context, which is a context which doesn't have anything to do with architecture. And then I think that I agree that we need to bring this topic from the profession and to speak about the profession. Okay, but here we are in a triennial of architecture, so we don't need to bring. I think, I don't know, I'm not sure, but for me it sounds like contradictory.
But I think really, I think that we need to talk about profession of architect, because we are assuming that word, architecture, no, the role and relevance of architecture, and we are assuming that we know what we are saying, and I think that that's not true. Our profession is really recent, is nothing, 100 years, and it's built around a legal frame. No, we are professionals signing documents, and that's our role now in our society. So, and really, I think that we need to reflect about it, and then we can think on the next step, because I think that's one of the reasons that we have lost links, lost pieces, no? Why a generation is unconnected with the former generation, no, of architects, and it's because the chain is not is broken, no?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Just
So
what I totally agree. Just I mean, rethinking what we can do. Yes, but to rethink the role of architecture, let's not start from the architecture itself, but let's start from the citizens who have already done all these Arab Spring things and so on. Because also, you know, it wouldn't be possible, think so. For example, in the Gezi Park occupation, it wouldn't be possible if there was no Facebook or Twitter. So this is a new era of strangely connected people. I mean, and you feel much more close with all these people. I mean, for me, I feel more connected with Pascual, who is in Madrid, than these girls who are just sleeping next to me in this strange dormitory, because we are sleeping like four people in the same room. So it's kind of I mean, we can also challenge this idea of global connectedness. I don't know. And try to understand better, because also what you do physically started to become kind of even if you do something in a local physical way in the digital world. There was no Arab Spring then people wouldn't be getting together in the digital networks in Turkey for all these protests. So it's kind of there is this coming and going between the digital and physical. And this is also something I think we are not ready for as architects.
sorry, I didn't say anything the last time you were saying it, because I was so agree, and I was thinking, but I must tell this girl that I am City Wiser also. So of course I am here because I believe on it. So it was like, but of course, it must be a big part of this. Of that exhibition, that point. I am absolutely agree. And then I try to be clearer. I'm not saying that the proposal for the show, the activity that is the profession of the history of the profession of architect. No, I'm saying that really I think that we must build, or I like, or I'd love to build something more complete, no, and bringing ecology, no, and telling it, no, it's like we jumped that step, that episode, that okay, ecology, yes, we are agree, but where is ecology? No, architects really are thinking on it, and I'm going immediately to common good, no. What's that? And it's not about if we use common good or another terms, no. But that idea, we agree on that idea, no. Is that where is useful this profession, no? What's the again the role and relevance, no? And I am only saying that I think that is wider. It's not only about technology. Absolutely agree with your what you are saying, Julia. Absolutely agree. But then I propose that it's not only that. For instance, the last hangout there was Mahe, Habitat Lab hangout, no, and Joanna was saying, and what's happening with open knowledge, no, the architects and open and shared knowledge. We are on another world. We are not sharing a shit, nothing at all. We are not in medicine field. They are working a lot and investing a lot of money, creating a global net with that information coming from every person worldwide, no? And in some years, it would be built, no? And your doctor will be able to look for information coming from wherever, no? For instance, no? And why architecture is so close about that? We are trying to build again and again the same constructive details. We are not sharing our knowledge. We are artists. We are still living with that contradiction. No, we don't know if we are technicians, if we are artists, if we are not, because society expects from us two roles. Or you are an artist and you are so big, no, and then we want a museum from your hand, or you are an office signing papers. That's all. No? And I think that we have to explode that frame to rebuild it, no, with those things that you are saying. Absolutely, absolutely. No? So, but,
Yeah, but
that I see that they are parts of something bigger, or maybe it's my obsession. And
I think we all agree about everything. But for me, the question is, if we are going to share a knowledge, for example, this knowledge isn't on how to build a timber house. That if we are going to share a knowledge, this knowledge is more on to work with people. How are we going to collaborate?
okay, okay, yes, okay, but it's about everything. Very interesting what you are saying. Really, I'm following you. No, and well, we need to start and then to write, and but I think that everything is interesting for me. I'm excited. I want to see that exhibition. No, really, I think that it's time for it. Really, those topics are there, and it's a challenge to connect them, no, and in an exhibition or in a proposal in a program with sense, no, that's a challenge. But really, I think that working we will find the words and slogans, and no, I think that's not the problem. I think that I agree that we agree, no, that really is not the, and I think that we have enough topics to use, no. The challenge is how to do it. We must think about the because they have some scenarios, no, or places, no. We have to propose an action in an open space, and we no, Julia, I don't remember, but there are different activities that we must propose, no.
Uh, it's not a must, but we can. I think.
Okay. I thought that I thought that it was part of the program, no, that we have to propose a plan for each place or field.
We go. We propose a curatorial statement, and we also can plan a program. And mostly, I think before the last one, mostly it was only in Oslo. These guys took it to something, and I think we can in the process,
We are
can
losing you, Julian. We are losing you.
in the process, we can also do some open calls for some specific topics to be shown on in the exhibition. So it's kind of we are going to structure how we want to do it anyhow. It's just, and do not take it as just like a, I don't know, a 1 month show in Oslo, but how can we just make it more visible, make it more open? I mean, we can, an open can say that, no, we will not have a book that is published by a well-known publication company, but we are going to have a PDF and it to be downloaded here, and so on. So, I mean, it's kind of we have to make everything just like in a building, that everything makes a whole.
I think that I will close the session. I think that we don't have to be more than 1 hour. And I think that there's some things that I think, because I think that the discussion is interesting, but I don't burn the discussions so soon. I mean, this is my opinion. You know, and I think that for me would be nice if we agreed next steps, and if we agreed like in the following week, like on schedule, like I say, I made here a proposal in the 20 minutes document, just to be clear about in which point we are. And I think that for example, for this thing to discuss and agree the main topic and how we develop it, I think that what we can do is to open a discourse thread about this, and then to start a discussion between us and other people who want to join the discussion during the following days. And then the next week, the Hangout session, we finish the discussion, we agree the topic, and we keep going. I don't know.
For me, it's okay.
And the thing, before I forgot, we this afternoon, Artemi, Luis, and me, we met Juan, a friend, who said that he knows the people who won the last competition for the for this competition for Oslo, you know. So and he said that he can put in contact these people with us, and we can talk with them, and I mean get some information. So
yeah, we don't have to do it all together. If you know this guy, either you or Artemi or anyone, or Luis, I don't know, can just one of you get in contact and just try to understand what the Triennale really needs.
Yeah.
It would just be so useful, because then we can understand which way to go is better. I mean, I don't know, going to change our ideas according to what they want, but at least we know what they are striving for, and then we can just go on. But we don't have to do it all together. Just one of you do it and just talk about it to us. It's just like we had this feedback and so on.
Yeah, what I understand is that these people are here in Madrid, so I guess that we can meet them. Luis and me.
Ah, perfect.
I think that I understand that. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I understood that they are a couple, no, or a team of 2 persons. I understood, and
Order them tequila and make them drunk.
Sorry?
Order them tequilas and make them drunk and get the really whole story.
Okay. And Juan really told it very spontaneously, no, very natural. If you want, there are my friends, and we only asked what was their experience, no? And he answered, no, good. They were really happy with the experience, and that's all. But I understood as like Pascual that it was easy, and they are living in Madrid. No, it was a surprise. Really? So I don't know if it's so true, if it's so easy, but we try.
Yeah, we can meet them and talk with them.
Then, as Julia is saying, I find it really logical is only to know, no, if they have something to tell us, something important, no, take care with this, or they are obsessed with that, or it's very important this or that, no, and
yeah, then we can even, I mean, at a point, think that just okay, just let's forget about all these guys and do something that we want, or we can say, these are very much close to our thinking, then we can just maybe push more on that side. Maybe
Mahe is saying that we can meet them, talk with them, have some answers, and then do everything in our way, like we always do.
Okay, Pascual now is the leader, and he's closing the session.
Next week, should we set a fixed day to have the weekly session, Wednesdays or Thursdays, or just randomly? I don't know.
Well, I think that we need another session, another meeting soon, no? Monday, Tuesday. Oh, what do you think? Because we had 4 weeks.
Yeah, for me it's okay.
Yeah. Tuesday?
Okay, Tuesday, your schedule. Julia, in which city are you?
Now I'm in Venice, but next time I'll be in Brussels.
Okay. So it's easier. Okay.
And Tuesday, what's the time? Is it okay for you on Tuesday?
Tuesday, okay, and really, I don't mind afternoon, but from 4 to 8, really no problem for me.
What do you think?
What's that? Vegetables.
We can make a doodle, like Mahe is saying.
No, let's not make a doodle. Just tell us when you are available on Tuesday.
Okay, Mahe, and you can talk to us. Are you there, Mahe?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. At the evening, I don't know which time.
What do you think? Tuesday at 4 p.m.
4 heures. Après-midi.
For me, I would do it before 7 p.m.
Okay, but it's clear. Okay, if everybody's okay. 4.
Maybe in the morning. I don't know.
No. Everybody is okay with afternoon. 4. Okay. What are you eating, Julia? What's that? It's a mixture of vegetables with what?
I don't know. We are in San Salvador, which is a kind of an island close to Venice. So there is nothing in here, and there's a cafeteria which is open like 7:30. So I could just grab something that I could, and I went to the main island to buy a bottle of
Okay.
it is. So I'm just like, at least I can sleep. Some of the birds are snoring.
Well, people,
Okay.
I have to go.
Great.
Sorry.
What?
See you next week.
Okay, okay, we are leaving, all of us.
Okay.
Great,
Bye.
guys. Artemi, another
See you on Tuesday.
Bye bye.
kisses for everybody.